I'm going to expound on how to differentiate peace versus feeling unsettled. When I give you those two contrasting words, you can probably figure that out on your own. When you have peace, I'll speak from experience. I moved away from Tucson, Arizona, which is a place that I loved. I had family and friends there, and it was just right. It was a place that I was growing and I was serving, and it was just, right? It was amazing. In 2017, though, I felt really, I just felt so confused and conflicted with what was going on. With different situations that were happening down there. I was having a funny family dynamic happen. I was with work. I just was so confused. Things were great. I was nannying, but that's not really what I wanted to do. Like, there's a lot of things I just didn't understand. And so I felt really conflicted and confused inside. I was unsettled until I talked to my sister-in-law. And she said, well, what do you want to do, Sarah? And I said, all I want to do is run away. The only thing that makes me feel good inside is the idea of running away, which, as funny as it sounds, it's like, wait a second, but are you really running away? And I was like, no, but it's the thing that feels the most peaceful. So after I talked to her about that, I actually took that question to God in prayer and said, hey, why do I feel peaceful with the idea of leaving? And then I got all my answers. I got the answers of, well, this is going to be a benefit to you and your family. This is going to help situations. This is going to change you. This is going to do things for you that you just aren't going to achieve here in Tucson. So I felt God guided me to move back up to Utah, which, by the way, is where I met my husband. Wink, wink. But it's still, I followed the impression to move because I felt unsettled in the idea of staying. I moved because I felt peace with going. So I've used that as a lot of deciding factor for me on helping me to find peace, is actually using the experiences of my life where I have felt unsettled. For me, the contrast with my life and my growth experiences is I had a lot more of those feelings of unsettled feelings than I had of peace feelings at first. Now in my life, 3 years later, I actually have more peace examples that I can share of, I know what it feels like to feel peace. I know that feeling and I love that feeling. So I search for those feelings within myself. I search to feel peace. I make decisions every day, all day, every day based on peace, the peace I feel within myself. What does that feel like? Am I going to do that? And is it going to bring me peace? Or even before I do something, I can feel, does that bring peace to me, or does that make me feel unsettled? That has been my understanding of the language of heaven, is that when I feel peace is when I feel the most oneness with God, where I feel that our desires have aligned, where they are the same, and I feel peaceful, and it just feels so good. So I keep doing it. And now I'm living a life where I keep searching for that peace. I keep doing it because I know how much better I feel. I know the difference, you guys. I've lived a life where I've had conflict in my life. I've lived a life where I have been distanced from God, and I know the difference. And I'm sure you do too. I'm sure that when you read the scriptures, when you study with real intent, that you know the difference of that feeling versus going out and ignoring God and just doing your own carnal things. We all do it. We're all human. The reason we're here on earth is so that we can learn to connect with God, so we can learn to develop that relationship with Him. We are children of God. We are children of God still learning to do things. That's why we're here. So this is where my focus is with relying on Christ, is I seek peace because Christ is peace. And even during a time of conflict, even during a time where things are uncomfortable and unsettled, I seek the peace moments, because if I feel unsettled, one of two things is usually going on. One, I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. Or the second one, which is less obvious, is I'm not doing something I'm supposed to be doing. Those are the two things that have been my biggest indicators for feeling unsettled and knowing how to find peace. I either stop doing what I'm not supposed to be doing, or I start doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that could be literally in any genre or any field of life that's going on. Music. I can start listening to music that I feel brings me peace, or I can stop listening to music that I feel is not bringing me peace, right? Start something or stop something. Same thing with how I speak to my mom, or how I communicate or listen to my husband, or how I serve people around me. Even the food I eat, you guys. Like, I'm learning again how to eat the right way. I'm learning again how to prioritize and follow those feelings of peace. Of, Sarah, do you feel peace when you eat something? And this isn't just a guilt shame thing that's in my head. You also have to, again, get to know yourself, so you're not using the guilt shame stuff, but you're using the feeling from heaven stuff of peace comes to me in my body when I ate things that are whole food, real food, things that are fulfilling to me versus things that are fleeting. And even in moments where I have to eat something quick, I can still feel in the moment what is my better choice. So again, I'm seeking peace. What brings me peace? So that is really what I do to rely on Christ, is remember that he is the Prince of Peace. Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace. Christ is peace. Christ is love. There's a beautiful, if you want some beautiful imagery, and this is one of my favorite things too, is reading the scriptures, is study Lehi's dream, which Lehi shares, and then Nephi, his son, goes and explores and learns from the Lord what everything is from his dad's dream. In the Book of Mormon, and 1 Nephi chapter 8 and 1 Nephi chapter 11. And when you're studying about the tree of life, when you're studying about the fruit, when you're studying about all the good things, imagine that Jesus Christ is all of them. That Jesus Christ is the iron rod, that Jesus Christ is the tree of life, that Jesus Christ is a fruit, that Jesus Christ is a seed in the fruit, that Jesus Christ is all of this that brings us happiness and joy. Because when we understand that it's him who brings us peace, I rely on the peace I feel, and I keep searching for it. Woo woo. It's an amazing life hack, you guys. Amazing life hack. Search for peace.